Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some pieces from Rick Owens. Wait, is that Julius? It's all black. It's got the drop crotch. It's expensive. So what's the difference? Is Julius just a Japanese copy of Rick Owens? Let's explore whether Julius is Japan's answer to Rick Owens by checking out a quick history of Julius and its creator, Tatsuro Horikawa. Plus, we'll take a look at 3 pieces from his different brands to better understand his design language. Let's get into it. Julius was founded by Tatsuro Horikawa in 2001, but it wasn't until 2004 that his first fashion collection was introduced with the concept of only using black and gray colors, and with a focus on garment structure. Horikawa's designs are on one side Gothic, but also very futuristic dystopian. He was deeply influenced by the Tokyo underground techno scene and by a sci-fi Tokyo called Neo-Tokyo. He describes his childhood growing up in Neo-Tokyo as a future wasteland, which exists in his consciousness and in the consciousness of a whole generation who saw Akira, Blade Runner, and Mad Max. Some of his most iconic pieces to date are the gas mask cargos, the engineer boots, and flowy tops like these cowl shirts. Tatsuro's favorite material to work with is leather. He says in an interview that leather is the most natural fabric you can get. Back in prehistoric times, leather was first used by humans as clothing. Therefore, it's the most ancient, useful, and adaptable material you can get. Alright, so let's recap. Julius basically launched around the same time Rick Owens was starting to pick up steam. So does that mean Julius might have been inspired by earlier Rick designs? Not so fast. Although Julius wasn't established until 2001, Horikawa's vision started much earlier. In his early 20s, Horikawa became a video jockey, creating intense visual art projections that played along DJ sets and nightclubs. By 1996, Horikawa branched into clothing as he started his first brand, Nuke, which mostly consisted of graphic t-shirts and art based on Genma Tyson, an anime he was keen on at the time. Nuke was to Horikawa what Slab was to Rick. It gave him the time to progress as a designer and develop his ideas into what Julius would become. He wanted to mix his passions of the past with his new passion for clothing. If you like this kind of content and want to learn more about avant-garde fashion and techwear, hit that like button and subscribe. So as you already know, the best way to understand a designer is by trying on their clothes and understanding how they work in a practical sense. So let's take a closer look at some of Julius's pieces I've acquired over the years. By far, my favorite piece of his that I own is this lightweight coat from Julius's Spring and Summer 2015 collection, which was only sold in the Julius flagship store in Tokyo, and features the signature crossover form the brand delivers so well. At first glance, it seems like a traditional Japanese coat, but taking a closer look, it has a very sci-fi vibe to it. The sleeves are super slim, and the coat itself is extremely long, coming down to almost my ankles. It's made out of 100% linen, which makes it take on an almost slow motion effect when you walk with it. Pretty much every time I've worn this piece, someone makes reference to Morpheus from The Matrix, and it's not hard to understand why. Number 2. Also from Julius's Spring and Summer 2015 collection, which in my opinion showcases Horikawa's more underground aesthetic, it's made from their waffle knit material, which is moisture wicking and very lightweight, but also gives it a super matte texture. The hood can be worn ninja style or can be worn down, giving it an almost scarf-like appearance. This kind of collar is an element he uses in many of his pieces, and especially in his cowl shirts. And if you haven't noticed yet, this piece is also very long. The back flows as you move, adding that extra organicness and elegance that Horikawa loves to include in his designs, and continues to experiment with later in his collections. Last, let's dive into these cargo pants from Julius's third brand, Niløs, Fall and Winter 2017 collection. Niløs is Julius's techwear/goth brand and channels Horikawa's earliest influences, blending t-shirt graphics with a darker, more underground feel. These pants are made out of part wax cotton and polyester, which gives it an interesting, varied texture in my opinion. They come with an integrated belt, 4 zipper pockets on the front and back, and 2 cargo pockets on the thighs, accessible via hidden buttons. The techwear essence shines through while still retaining Julius's distinctive touches, like these side buttons that can be found on his mainline boots and cargos. Both Rick and Julius were my introduction into avant-garde fashion. They both had these futuristic looking silhouettes mixed with gothic elements There's something about both these brands that just work so well together. But is Julius just a copy of Rick Owens? In my opinion, absolutely not. Though both designers have some overlapping design ideas, they both started from really different places. If you like Rick Owens, chances are you'll find some Julius pieces that fit into your wardrobe nearly seamlessly. But what do you think? Are there any other designers you think mix well with Rick Owens? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.